Hey. Welcome to Gold Sisters Network presents Think About It Thursday. My name is Taj Shaw. I am your business strategist, productivity coach from Shaw Strategic Solutions, and also the founder of the Gold Sisters Network, where we empower women to execute on the goals on their level. So we support you exactly where you are and hoping that you accept and support us exactly where we are. And that is financially, spiritually, holding each other accountable. We just all around support women in everything that we're doing. And so if you're looking to connect, and you can head over to Facebook to the Gold Sisters Network Facebook group and join the group. And then I have with me
I'm Gail Sanders. If you don't know already, I am the real estate ace. And I am your winning strategy to buying or selling and or investing in real estate. And I desire to one day create wealth and legacy with you through real estate. So I look forward to this conversation.
All right. So today our topic is deal with yourself, not deal with other people, deal with yourself. And so we thought of this topic because both of us this week had some aha and some deal with ourself moments. So
Yes,
we thought
we
it'd be
did.
great to have a candid conversation here with you guys, and feel free to chime in the comment section. But we really had to deal with ourselves and recognize where we are, where we're trying to go, and what we hope to achieve. Because if we don't acknowledge where we are, I mean, not knowing where you are and accepting that is really going to hold you back. So I guess I'll share a little bit of what this week I had to deal with myself about, and that was simply the I guess maybe if I could summarize it as this, like the getting attached to shiny things. Like I have all these things I want to accomplish. There's just tons of things, different things that I want to do. And when I see something that's going on that I could, pay for from a coach, because what I'm learning for myself, in order to hold myself accountable in this season, I have to pay for it. The free stuff's just not working for me anymore. I mean, if I subscribe to anything else that is free and it's hitting my Gmail, I'm not even reading them. I'm not even looking for them. So I learned that I have to pay for it. So I want to lose weight. Guess what? I pay for a personal trainer now. I've lost the weight before. No problem. No input from people. Just me being motivated and determined. But now where I'm at, I need to be accountable. And so I hired me a personal trainer that has been kicking my butt these last 4 sessions. And so I'm like, that's why I hired him. Right. So I was on a Instagram live of a person that I admire that does marketing. And she basically has this class or this course that you can purchase. That's one thing that I really, really wanted to do. Like really, 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 really wanted to do. But since I've been slacking in my business to myself, I had to really deal with myself and say, you want to do that, but are you there yet?
Reel it back in.
And I'm like, but it's only X amount of dollars. But it's like, are you there yet? Or do you need to shift your focus somewhere else? So if you're listening and looking in, ask yourself this question. Whatever it is that you've been running from or that you would like to do, are you really there yet? Gail, you got something to say?
What's the distraction? What's keeping you from really being where you say you want to be? You said some key things in that about being motivated. You got to be motivated. Sometimes we need those outside things to motivate us. Another level of we always talk about executing on our level. Level up in our motivation. That means we have to level up in our accountability. That means the same level of accountability that we were getting in one place is not going to necessarily work in another place. right? Thank God for having friends that will keep you accountable, but sometimes we need a little extra and a little extra check. My Mine was more of a situation of recognizing that I have created boundaries. Well, I got a couple of ahas this week, didn't we? Um, but I found myself starting off my week as being very irritated or irritable, and I get irritable about so many things, frustrated, and it makes me angry because when I really look at it, I let somebody cross my boundaries. And this girl I know, she said something so key to me. She says, you let people overcross your boundaries because you uncomfortable saying no, basically. Sometimes she just made me really think about it. This girl I know, she gets on my nerves. I love her and I hate her all at the same time.
Look, we got Marquita and Robin watching, right? So they're probably like, yeah, we do too.
So I am everybody that knows me will tell you I create boundaries in everything. I create boundaries in my business. I create boundaries with, certain people. I create boundaries. But there are sometimes in situations where I feel like I'm obligated to something, I let somebody cross those boundaries because, as my friend would say, I was uncomfortable with those boundaries that I set. Did I like that? No. But it was a moment for me to level up and
Yeah.
get what I need to get in that moment to be able to move on and question myself. I also asked the question, what's the difference between boundaries and walls? What did you say, Miss Hodge?
Uh,
Say, I want you to say it. It ain't gonna come out my mouth the right way. What did you tell me?
in the heat of the moment, I probably say a lot of things that sound right, but I think I said what I said was is that a boundary to me is kind of like like a gate, right? Like you can open the gate, and sometimes when we are in uncomfortable situations, although we put the gate there, we close it. We can open and close it at our discretion whenever we feel like it, right? But I said a wall, it takes a lot to build down and knock down that wall. And so there takes so much more effort if you put a wall there than a boundary. I think, and the
Yes.
reason why we're so flexible, I think, is because we're uncomfortable with the boundaries that we set. So we allow different people to have different boundaries, although we're the same person. So the
Man, that was so good.
So for me, boundaries and walls are different based on the person, although they affect us and they trigger us the same.
Yep. That's
So
it.
that is
That part.
where this week kind of had our discussion a little bit about acknowledging our triggers. And so we must have acknowledged our triggers somewhere along the journey to create the boundary.
Yep.
Right? I don't like how that feels, so I'm going to create this boundary.
Yep.
But then a Marquita comes along, a Robin comes along, a Gail comes along, our boundary is lessened a little bit. But I love them and I want to do this for them. Or they need me. I mean, just we as people. I mean, they probably know if any of the three of them call, it's a done deal. It really is truly a boundary. That gate probably open. It probably open all the time, right? When you have your close girls that you love and family, some family. But the thing is that we start to forget what triggered us to create the boundary. And then there's some things that are walls, right? Like for me, disrespect is not happening no matter who you are. That's a wall. You're going to have to kick that wall down. You're going to have to knock it down in order for me to be able to be okay with disrespect. And someone said a wall can be permanent and a boundary is like a property line. Sometimes we don't have a fence to the boundary. Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
I think that's Marquita. I
Okay.
I'm sorry. I can't see the name, but yep, it is Marquita. But yes, you're absolutely right, Marquita. Absolutely right. That's my opinion. You have to recognize too and realize when you're listening, these are solely our opinions, right? If you're not there yet to have these types of talks, it's okay not to be there yet, but it's our opinions offer our wisdom that we've gained through experience. So that's very important too when you're getting information from people or when you're listening to people, that you recognize like it's their wisdom through their experience. And we can agree to disagree, but it's going to provoke a thought.
Yes, that's the goal, right? That's the goal. Because how do you get better? You have to ask yourself questions to be able to get better and to be able to measure that by your actions and reactions, right?
Yes.
In that moment this week, I realized, why am I so irritable? And I'm thinking about little things. They may seem little, but to your point earlier, they trigger me the same.
Yeah. It's like low-hanging fruit. Like it's low-hanging fruit. Like if you think about a task right before you go on vacation from your job, you think of all these small things you have to do that you know you should have did them last week, last month, probably last quarter, right? It all just comes and it sits there. And you try to do these little small things so that you don't have fires that you have to put out while you're trying to enjoy your vacation. Right?
Yeah.
So it's like those little low-hanging fruit that you know, if I get a call while I'm sitting at the beach about
I'm about to get mad immediately.
the back door not locking properly or something like that, I'm gonna go into panic that somebody's gonna break into my house. But I knew that screw needed to be tightened, And now I'm all these hundreds of thousands of miles away, and now all I can think about is the bolt tightened enough, right? So when Marquita said we have to know our triggers and recognize and reflect to be better. Yes, that's so true. The one way I like to deal with myself is on Sundays. On Sundays, I like to deal with myself with a reflect and a reset. Because usually by Sunday, I am drained. And Sunday is my refresher. But I need to know when I'm walking into the next week, what I'm walking into. I need to deal with myself for that stuff that week so I don't carry that negativity onto the next week. And so reflecting and resetting helps that shift happen. And I notice when I don't do it, when I get out of routine and I don't do it, I carry that same energy of whatever I didn't get done onto the next week. And now I make it negative. But dang, I should have got that done last week. If I would have reflected and reset on Sunday, I would have been like, oh, I gotta finish this task on this week. I would have held myself accountable to a different level. And it's more positive or encouraging versus, dang, you still didn't get that done.
That's good.
Like on my desk here, you'll see like I have this. Right now, this is my go-to type of what I got to do task for the day. There's all these other planners I use or sticky notes. But for this week, I don't know. I don't want to put y'all all in my business. But this is Monday through Sunday. And I write a task each day and I check it off. And this is how I'm starting to deal with myself. Because I can't continue to be so pissed off with me if I never acknowledge and deal with me.
That's good. Absolutely.
So I can't be
mad. How do you be the best version of yourself? Deal with yourself.
Every morning I've been waking up around 4:37, the same time every day. And I keep saying, and I don't even say best anymore. I don't know why I shifted from best, but it's saying today you will be a better version. Today you will be a better version than you were yesterday. Because now you're in the know. Me working out, I mean, some of this stuff is basic stuff, but the repetition of it,
it hurts.
The repetition hurts. So I even started my own different Instagram page called the Simple Shift Project to document, not to show the world, But for me to document what I'm going through, of how I'm dealing with myself by making simple shifts that are going to make a big impact. So I'm not ready for the world to see it, right? A little bit like, girl, what if you fail again? But being honest with myself, I'm like, let me document this, because this is going to, when August comes, heck, when the end of this 6 weeks that come, you're going to look back and be like, sis, that was you. And look where you got, and look where you can go further. Let's see. Marquita said, yes, let go whatever doesn't serve us anymore. You may have needed something 5 years ago, but is it relevant today? That's true. That's so true. Relevant in serving. Small strides are great strides. That's so true. I think that once you get to a level of success, a certain level of success, and Gail, chime in at any time, because you know this topic, I could just keep going. But when you get to any level of success, I think you think your next level has to be greater. But who's defining greater? What if your next level is a phase, right? What if you have phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, and not next level? Because what if they're equal and they're going to get you to the next level? So I just had to also evaluate that in dealing with myself, is that, okay, Taj, you set this goal 6 weeks. I'm using something that's very common, because I think we all done gained some quarantine weight and probably want to get it off. If not, just something that's relevant for me anyway. I set this goal 6 weeks, 20 pounds. Okay, 6 weeks, 20 pounds. Is that the ultimate goal? No. I have more after that I want to lose and tone and things. But I stopped putting levels. I just said, this is phase 1 of my fitness and health journey. Phase 2, I'm going to be able to do this. Phase 3, I'm going to be able to do this. My phase 3 is that you're going to be able to stop paying that man to hold you accountable, because you'll hold yourself accountable with it. I mean, that's what I have in my head. That's my phase 3. My phase 1 and my 2, I need to pay for accountability each month. I have a coach, a business coach. This is how I'm dealing with me. I have all these awesome ideas. I probably could have been a millionaire by now. That's how confident that I am in with the goals and the things that I have set. However, I don't execute like I should, although I do execute on a lot of things. So I have to pat myself a good job, girl. You doing it. But I have to pay for accountability with a coach to get it done at the level that I'm trying to get it done.
Level. Yep.
So I know that paying for that, I'm trying to get to another level. That's not a phase. And I just identify those things differently for me. Let's see. Robin said, I seen a video where the girl was saying, serve your reason and don't rush it. Oh, serve your season and don't rush it.
Serve your season and don't rush it. Ooh. Serve your season. That's good. Serve your season and don't rush it.
Yeah. And then Marquita says, grace and mercy is something we have to give ourselves daily. Definitely. That going
to us daily.
I mean, I actually talk to myself now even more than I did before. Even more. Because I'm like, oh girl, you want that cookie? What's that cookie gonna do to them 3 pounds you're trying to lose each week? How is that cookie gonna help you? What does it satisfy in this moment over time? What are you trying to accomplish with this cookie? I'm like, man, I don't even want that cookie. I just want something to feel good in a moment, because work was stressful, people were stressful, life was stressful, and that cookie is like ice on a hot day.
That's good.
I had to find other ways to. I mean, it's only been 2 weeks then, but my other ways to it could be listening to a podcast, listening to something motivational on YouTube, writing randomly, doing a brain dump. But that's how I'm dealing with myself. My next step of dealing with myself would be to get a counselor so I can heal on a different level.
Yes, that's good. That's good. That's very good. Mine is just simply, not that I don't take a bath, y'all, but taking a bath, sitting in the bathtub in bubble bath with nobody around, with my music on, or I'm listening to Audible in my bathtub. And that is the only way that for me, that or singing in my car. Yes, I do. I told y'all I'm a low key singer. I sing in my car. In some other life somewhere, I am singing, right?
Yeah.
But those are the things that bring me the most relaxation.
Yeah.
And at the same time, most revelation. Because as I'm listening to things and I'm thinking about things and thinking about my life and how I am motivated and how my goals are really, really aggressive and what I need to do, it's like, okay, I need to move this out of the way to be able to get here. Move this that's blocking this path to be able to get here. Because a lot of times God has made a way, but we've allowed things to come in and block that path. We've allowed it, not that He's allowed it. We've allowed it to come in and block that path.
That's true. Yeah.
And that's what I see for me. I can't speak to everybody else and what they've experienced, but that's been my experience. God has things that He has planned for me, but I've allowed things, allowed people, allowed situations to block me from being able to move forward. So now I have to figure out how I'm going to move on effectively, not on my own. And I need another level of accountability.
That's good. I think that's good. And part of dealing with yourself, the thing, if you see here, a common trend is that we've made a decision on whatever it is that we're talking about. It's not easy, right, to make a decision, but it's so much more stressful than not making a decision, because not making a decision is still making a decision. It's like you're deciding, like, I'm going to be stressed out. I'm decided to be stressed out.
Absolutely.
I need to do this, this, and this. I kind of want to do this. I don't know if I want to do that. I kind of want to do this. I don't want to do that. And so guess what your mind is doing? And guess what everything else is doing? Not getting done, because you haven't made a decision on something that is probably so small, but you overthought it to such a big magnitude that now it's like the world is falling, but I don't know which way to turn. All right. So that's that important piece for me, is making a decision. Also dealing with myself. I've had to, Marquita touched on giving, grace and mercy. Hebrews 4:16, that's my favorite scripture. I even started a t-shirt line, grace and mercy, 4:16, for that, because He really gives us a lot of grace, and we give a lot of people grace. Give yourself the same grace that you give the person that I would give a Gail, or I would give a Marquita, or if I would give a Robin, my granny, if I would give my granny, the same grace that I would give the people that I love, that means so much to me. I need to, in return, give myself that same grace. I was listening to somebody this week. He said, if you can't do it for yourself, do it for your mom, do it for your kid. Because there's certain people in our lives we don't let down. But we'll let down ourselves every single day.
Why?
Because it's convenient when you're the only one that's impacted, I think, when you're looking at it in that perspective. But you're not realizing that we just talked about this, people are waiting on you to be delivered. People are waiting on you to start their business. People are waiting on you to buy their home. People are waiting on you to do their hair. Marquita, people are waiting on you to leave those domestic or violent relationships and learn how to be bold. People are waiting on you to interact with you so that they can be healed and delivered from whatever it is that they need or they want. Like Robin, people are waiting on you and the Beauty Rebel, because you send out motivation and encouragement. And when you don't do it, that may be the thing that they go to every single morning to get their encouragement. I had to check myself last week and Tuesday. People could have been waiting on this live, this Think About It Thursday, these Let's Talk Tuesday, Go Talk Tuesday. People could have been waiting on that to see the entrepreneur that I had featured, to get inspired to go and do it. Deal with yourself. Myself is that I just didn't have enough time and I wasn't feeling well, which is okay. I gave myself the grace to say, I'm not feeling well. I'm not doing it. And I'm okay with it. And that's the part of dealing with yourself that I think we miss, is that make the decision and deal with it. Be okay with it.
Be okay with it.
Let's see what else Marquita said. If we have been taught to love others more than ourselves, if you love yourself, you can give more to others. That's true.
So true. It's very true.
I bet you if we loved ourselves, we would create more walls and boundaries. We love people from a distance. Like, sis, I love
Hello.
you every day. You know?
Yep.
That's good. You got something else about this deal with yourself?
No, I think we got some good nuggets in there, right?
Yes, I like the participation, and also just these are set for just reminders, reminding you that you are the most important person to you. And you have to start acting like it. And if you don't act like it, you'll be sitting on a whole bunch of shoulda, coulda, wouldas. Your business will never launch. You'll never touch the masses. Just your little small group of people just know how dope you are. And the rest of the world won't even get to experience your dopeness. You have with you. I'm talking to myself now for healing and love. I don't heal and get to where I need to be. In my opinion, I won't be able to love like I love in other relationships till I get to where I need to be to heal. All right. And sometimes those things aren't even recognized at all. But I know, like, I'm not newly single. Heck, it's like almost 6 months now single, right? So I'm like almost 6 months single, and I'm still like, when people say anything about going on dates and stuff, like, oh no, I don't got time for that. I don't got time for another person's emotions. I don't got time for this. I don't got time for that. And I had to realize, like, sis, why don't you have time? What are you running from? If your king came to you tomorrow, would you really turn him down because you saying you don't got time, you don't want to be bothered?
Come on.
Really? So that's why I said, Taj, you haven't quite healed yet. Because if you healed, you'll be like, where they at? Where they? No, I'm just kidding. Probably not like that. That's not my personality. That's truly really not my personality. But I had to say that. Like, what if I met a guy tomorrow? He was my king, but my mindset is saying I ain't got time. And Marco, you're right. It's not arrogance, it's confidence. I know I'm dope. I know y'all dope. Y'all are all awesome, phenomenal, beautiful, intelligent women. And knowing that is a great thing. And that's how we deal with ourselves. Robin said I needed this talk. All right, so let's go ahead and just wrap it up then.
I'm going to say one more thing. I know I said I wasn't going to say anything, but you know what I thought about as you were speaking? We think about the only thing that matters to us is us. But if we really believe that we are the apple of our Father's eye,
come on now.
Does God think about us? We are his favorite children. I don't care what nobody else say. I'm his favorite child. I'm his favorite daughter. But if our Heavenly Father think of us as favorites and the apple of his eye, we should think that same way about ourselves. Okay, that's my 2 cents to close up for tonight.
Look, Marquita said where they at though. I just told him when I was like, where my king? Where he at? Where he at? No, for real, you just said a lot just by saying that. Most of us are siblings that are listening in now. I don't care where you at as a sibling. You like, I'm either my mama's favorite child or I'm the black sheep. You either give yourself a label. But amongst your kids, you have ranked yourself amongst the other kids and your siblings. Even grandkids, right? I love all my sisters and brothers. I love all my cousins. right? But I'm like, I'm my granny's favorite grandchild, and I'm my mama's favorite child. Now we can laugh and go all about that, and people could get in their feelings if they really wanted to. If my siblings are, I love y'all, right? But we rank. So Gail just said she was her favorite. I'm like, sis, you're not, because I am. So we were like, no, it's me, and we operated it. I'm his favorite. He gave that thought to me. He wants me to birth it. And then you have a thought too, but guess what? Your gift or whatever he deposited into you is not the same thing. Maybe it could be the same concept, but you doing it and me doing it is executing on a whole different level for us. Look, Robert said, sorry, I am. No, sis, look, y'all be off. Y'all his favorite when he turned to the right or to the left. I'm his favorite when I straight. We make up these things. If you think about it, when it's between your siblings or your grandkids, I mean your other relatives, you make these things up anyway. In your head, you know, like, I gotta do this for Granny because I'm her favorite. Even my grandmother, that is my sister's, my stepdad's mom, that's my sister's actual biological grandmother. I'm not her biological first grandchild, but when she was alive, I was like, I know I'm Granny's favorite because she holds me responsible, and I got to make sure all them straight. Now, my sister, who's her real true oldest grandchild, she's like, I'm the favorite because she do everything for me. We all have a reason of why we think we play a certain role in whatever. Imagine if we applied those same expectations to ourselves. We all have money, right? I'm coming to your backyard and we got pools and jacuzzis and. But okay, we won't belabor the point. This is something that we could talk about all day long because
yes, we could
always inspire each other and hold each other accountable. I just want to give one more thing that I also do is at the end of each week now, I've started texting a group of people what my goals are and what I didn't do last week. Now, truthfully, they don't know. Y'all know now. I really don't care if they don't respond with theirs. It has nothing to do with them. It's the most selfish thing that I'm doing each and every week of saying, this is what I did. This is what I did. This is what I didn't do. That's my free accountability, is that text message every Monday morning. Now, when they do respond with what they've done and what they haven't done, of course, I love it. I embrace it. Create that environment of, yeah, let's do it. But even if they don't, it has nothing to do with them. And I'm proud of being selfish for that because I'm doing it for myself.
But the other point to that is, even if we see you, even if we didn't say anything and we see you, are we together or whatever the case may be? Well, Taj, didn't you say X, Y, and Z to that cookie point? Did you say you was trying to lose how many 20 pounds by X, Y, and Z? And I see you pulling up, I ain't gonna say where, to get a cookie or a brownie. Ma'am.
And I politely tell them, if I want to give myself some grace, I'm gonna need you to mind your business.
Mind your business ministry.
But the thing about it is, I now know when I'm around them, I better not pull out a cookie if I don't want to hear nothing. You know, sometimes where I don't even want to hear it. I'm gonna have to pull that cookie out before they come or after they come. Because while they here, they need them tag teaming me.
Why even go through all of that extra?
Right, I always say, mind the business that pays you. You're absolutely, I say that, mind the business that pays you, because this was dozens. So now I know from accountability, if I gotta hide the cookie before I see them and eat the cookie after, girl, you don't need that cookie. Let it cook. Too much. Look, Margaret said, mind your business ministry. Yes, we will be having Sister Taj, mind your business. So, okay, let's go ahead and wrap this thing up. It was a great conversation. I appreciate Marquita and Robin for chiming in. If you're watching the replay, go ahead and chime in. We'll read the comments later. But this is Think About It Thursday, when we just get on, have a candid conversation about a topic that we think about. It's usually a topic that we've gone throughout the week, and we want to come and chat about it, or maybe something pressing that we feel like it'll be good to have a conversation with other women about. You can stay connected to us at the Gold Sisters Network and Facebook on Instagram. We go Gold Talk Tuesday every Tuesday when we're not taking a break, and Think About It Thursday. Then on Sundays, that's probably the most consistent thing we do here at the Gold Sisters Network, is that we pray for 15 minutes with a short devotional. We say our Hey Sis Hey affirmations, and we pray our way for a great, awesome, and prosperous week. So stay connected. If you have ideas or something that you think that we should talk about, definitely DM us and talk about us. Gail is the counterpart of going live about these Think About It Thursdays with me, and also on Let's Pray Sis on Sundays. So you can feel free to DM her as well. Drop some comments or anything that you feel like that could add and contribute to the conversation. Heck, if you even want to come on screen and be a part of the conversation with us. But we want to encourage you to share this live, share any of our lives, any of our content. Please share it with another woman that you feel that may be inspired, that just need another thought-provoking thing to confirm whatever God has deposited into her, and continue to be the better version of you as a mom, as a wife, as a sister, as a woman. As long as you are taking steps forward, he will continue to do the rest. So when you're stagnant, just think about God looking down on you like, okay, daughter. He just waiting for you to make the decision. So make the decision, make the move so that you can become everything that he has given you to be. All right, then. So we love you and have a great and awesome night.
All right. Good night, ladies. See you on Sunday.